Wait.
The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.
All right, everybody. We'll be back in a minute. Hunter said, wait. So apparently I wasn't supposed to start the show. So we have to end it and reset everything up and go back. So Hunter could tell me what we had to wait for. We'll be back. Right. No. What's up, man? What you doing?
Oh, I'm sitting on the lounge. You ever heard of it? It's a great show.
Oh man, what part of the South are you in today, Mr. Hound?
I'm in Tennessee. Yeah, freaking enjoying this nice weather out here. doing a little bit of moving myself this week and moving some freight, brother. I wish we could move this fuel surcharge down just a bit, but I don't have the magic wand. You know? Dude, I'm trying to tell TJ, I'm like, dude, this is the time. We got to invest in the Tesla trucks, man. We could be the innovators here. Not, ain't got no fuel surcharge when you don't need fuel. So
the day
balls in his court.
The day that TJ implements EVs into his fleet, we're gonna have to get with Billy on having him committed to an asylum.
Yeah, we'd go horse and buggy before we went EVs up there. But
I know that's fucking right. I will never forget him making that call, man, about the EVs and like having that guy tell him everything about it, man. Oh my God, that's TJ's a trip, man.
I've never seen someone that's so busy that has so much free time.
That is, but dude, yeah, that is a great observation about that man. So very true. So very true for someone who is always says he's always so busy. He is, and he's always doing stuff. Like he never seems to be at a shortness of fucking time. We need to find out what his secret is.
Oh, so you do something for 20 years, you build a business, like the back of your hand. So, yeah.
True.
I don't know. He's one of a kind. His brain needs to be examined when he moves on from this life.
I would. I also agree with that, man. So everything going good then,
brother? You in Texas?
Me?
Oh yeah,
of course.
Yeah. Everything's on the up and up.
That's good. I could tell. I could tell your internet's lagging. There's about I don't know, like 2 seconds between us. Usually we're like maybe about 2 seconds behind, 3 seconds behind. There's a little lag. So anyway, whatever. We'll make up for it. It's all good. Me, of course, I'm in Texas, man. I asked you that because you're fucking back and forth between Tennessee, Alabama, Cuba. I mean, you're fucking everywhere, man. So I'm just hanging out, man. And
a plethora of other undisclosed places. All right, come and find me.
Yes. Unnamed government.
This is a green screen.
Unnamed numbered government sites. How about that? There's another 50 areas. Okay, you think they just started at Area 51? I mean, come on, people. Let's use logic here. I'm doing good, brother. My week is busy. Tell you the truth, man. Which I mean, I'm not complaining. Well, I mean, I guess I am because some of the busyness has just been the same fight we've been fighting, man. Capacity stretched, and now the diesel prices going up for absolutely no reason. And I do mean absolutely no reason right now. If they went up next week or the week after would totally make sense. But the fact that you're fucking raising the price on fuel that you bought 3 weeks ago at cheaper rates is baffles me how their people are allowed to do that. But dealing with that, man, that has been a humongous thing. And you can't argue with them about it, right? The drivers, you can't, like, everyone sees it. It's not like they're just oh, fuel's expensive, man. Fuel's been the same fucking price for 18 months. Okay. Like, I'm tired of that. But this thing, I mean, we're all seeing it, man. We're all seeing it on the news. So, you really can't combat them with it, and unfortunately, it's some of the shippers are still pushing back, and they're like, oh, saying, hey, it's not my concern. Dude, I get that. But it is your concern if you want your freight moved, because it's not just one carrier telling me that they need more money because of diesel. It's every damn one I'm talking to, bro. Okay. Like the consensus is, you know what I mean? So, I need a rate increase for 500, Alex. I mean, Jesus Christ. So it has been an interesting week to say the least, brother. But we're making through it, man. I mean, I think, dude, I'm telling you, this generation of logisticians are going to be the most battle-hardened mofos there ever was in the history of logistics, dude. I mean, we've been through the pandemic, several occupations or whatever you want to call them, tariffs. I mean, oh my God, bro, we've been through freaking everything in the past 6 years in this fucking industry, man. So at this point, you're just like, just another Tuesday.
I feel like when it finally turns around and everything's normal again, we're gonna be like, no. We
Then
need another catastrophe. This is boring.
Cue Justin Martin living in the Matrix memes at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, take me back.
There's no way this is real. There's no way this is real. Oh man, yeah.
It's going to get another pandemic.
But yeah, bro, it's everything's going good, man. Yeah, I really don't have any complaints besides the, complaint of, God dang, dude, I hate having to work so hard for easy money. Seriously, that's my only complaint, because half of this shit it's easy money, man. It's just little things make it difficult. But otherwise, fantastic, dude. Ready for, I got my cabinets done. You saw that, dude. Oh, bro, I'm so fucking happy about that, dude. I literally stood in my kitchen, Hunter, I swear to God. And once you own a home and you repair things and get new things, you'll do this, because it's just something we do. With my drawers, dude, I sit there and pulled them out and pushed them in for like 10 minutes, bro. Every drawer, just continuously, man. Oh no, just I got such joy in those soft closed drawer sliders.
You're about to be dirtying up dishes just to be able to use them drawers.
Yeah. Going and grabbing utensils for shit I don't even need. You're eating a corn dog, babe, but I need. What I need a spoon, a fork, a knife, a steak knife, a serving spoon. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, things are great, man. Ready for our
new hobby.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like it is. It seems like it's becoming one. But everything's good, bro. I'm ready for the rest of the week. Ready to get into the weekend. Continuing to get closer to Matt's, which is an exciting thing. And yeah, man, that's it. So there we go. You ready to get some news, bro?
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. News, everybody.
Lounge Media News, brought to you by AR Doc Pro and sourced from truckingnewshub.com.
All right. Good one here. I feel this is a very positive story. Department of Education has proposed to establish a new workforce Pell Grant that would expand Pell Grant eligibility to certain shorter-term programs. The proposals follow a requirement in President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill budget reconciliation that was signed into law last summer. Specifically in the bill, they wanted to expand Pell Grant eligibility to eligible workforce programs that are shorter in duration than the undergraduate programs currently eligible for Pell Grants. Under the Education Department's proposal, these new workforce Pell Grants would allow students to receive such grants for eligible programs that are 150 to 599 clock hours in length or equivalent number of credit hours, and that take 8 to 15 weeks of instructional time to complete. Currently, the Pell Grant system can only be applied to programs with a duration of 15 or more weeks and are inaccessible to students in shorter-term, high-quality job training programs. This Pell Grant expansion, could be good news for prospective truck drivers and even diesel technicians, they say. While many CDL classes are less than 8-week minimum for the new workforce Pell Grants, there are some that do meet that threshold. On the other hand, most diesel tech training takes more than a year, but there are some cert programs that are less than 15 weeks, like the one at Universal Technical Institute that is a 12-week manufacturer-specific advanced training program for Cummins, Peterbilt, Daimler, and Daimler Truck North America. So I like this, dude. This is good stuff, man. Thank you. Hey, our tax dollars are going towards these damn things anyway. And if you look up, I should have, but I bet if we looked up the graduation rate of people that use Pell Grants for like normal school, I bet it's pretty damn bad. You know what I'm saying? So, these technical programs, I wasn't aware of this. I did not know they couldn't be used towards that. I mean, I went to school, I used my GI Bill, so I didn't have to worry about anything, but I didn't know this. I thought, Pell Grant, as long as it was like a semester or more or something, you could freaking do it or whatever. So kind of good to see. And, especially with, a lot of drivers being pulled off the road because of the, recent events of all the, new regulation and cracking down on things, blah, blah, blah. And us talking about bringing in new quality drivers and them not being able to get their CDL in like 2 or 3 weeks or whatever, you know what I mean? So maybe they'll continue to expand on this and design a program, you know, that could be 12 weeks to get your CDL or something that could be able to take, you know, someone be able to use this towards. So good stuff, man. I think this is more positive things in the industry about making change and developing new talent and bringing new talent into the industry.
Heck yeah, man. It's like Dale Prax was talking about. We need more good news.
I second that. Third that, actually.
There you go. Well,
that's all I got, bro. That's all I got.
Ready to get this show on the road?
I am. You go ahead there and introduce our guest there, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Nisrine. Is this it?
We're moving on now. Moving on up to the east side. To a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Welcome, Nisrine.
Hello.
Long time no see.
It's been a while. I think it's been almost a year, maybe?
It has probably been over a year. You're probably one of our most elusive guests. You're like a rare species at this point as far as our guests go, because you're about the only one that just doesn't answer our emails. You're like, too important for these guys. You ain't got time for these fellas.
For that, but okay, I guess I'll try to be better if I did not respond.
How have you been?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm, it's just another day in this life. It's great. I've been doing really good, staying really busy. You know, kids, work, life. So
well, that's good. And you're in the great state of Texas. So see, even more bonus points. You could live in Tennessee like that guy. You know, the other T state, as we call it, right?
Full. We're full. We don't need anybody else.
Everything's bigger and better here. Sorry.
All right, Nisrine. So I guess we're just gonna get kind of keep things moving, get right into it, because kind of got a lot of ground to cover. Because there's a couple sides to you. You know, it's not just the dispatch board. There's a little more that goes before that and with it currently. So even though you've been on the show, shoot, I don't know what, 4 or 5. This is probably your 5th time at this point. Audience has grown, get new people all the time. So, not everyone knows who you are. So if you would give us a little background, catch it, and then bring us up to the president. Lord have mercy. Bring us up to the present. Tell us who is Nisrine and how did you get to be the founder of Movers Dispatch Board?
Yes, absolutely. All right. So besides being the president for the day, I have a very interesting background, I think. So my background starts in household goods, and 24 years ago, my partner and I decided to start a moving company, and we did just that, and started from just like an extra room in our house, and then just grew on to 24 years later, where we're at with the moving company. So I have kind of an extensive background in household goods. And prior to that, I was in 3PL. I worked for a 3PL company out of Grapevine. And so I've been in trucking pretty much my entire career, but specifically household goods. So owned a moving company and done everything in moving besides drive a truck pretty much, or load a truck. I haven't done either one of those things, but as far as anything internally at the office, from sales to claims to dispatch to customer service, you name it, I've done it in the moving industry. So my knowledge with that is kind of really what was the foundation of Movers Dispatch Board. And that's what brought me to developing and kind of getting the idea of starting a load board for the moving and storage industry, something that we did not have, which is crazy because the freight world's got so many different load boards out there. There's that 1, 2, 3 loads. I can probably name some other ones too. Central Dispatch is a really big one for the auto transporters. So with that being said, we didn't really have anything for household goods that could be used for moving companies to interline loads that are not van line affiliated. So if you're needing someone to do origin services, you're not affiliated with a van line and you need an agent or some, another partner moving company to do it for you from another state, with Movers Dispatch Board, you're able to do that. So whether it be origin by picking something up, household goods, and bringing it to your warehouse facility and holding it for someone to come get it for destination services, to haul it to the client to wherever they're moving. Or if it's vice versa, someone brought stuff into, picked up a load and they're needing destination services because their household goods, it's an LTL shipment. So 200 cubes going from like Dallas to Chicago, you're not going to want a truck to run for 200 cubic feet. Makes absolutely no sense. So this was the solution for that. And since 3 years ago, there's so many different features that we've added and kind of expanded onto the load board.
All right, Nisrine. So we're going to back up a little bit, kind of cover, so we can cover both Nisrines here, right? First question: why the household goods industry? I mean, of all things, you're already in 3PL, we get that, but why household goods? Like, that's probably one of the most difficult sides of logistics that there is.
So if I give you the honest answer, it's the money. The money was really good. It's definitely more labor intensive, but the pay it's a pretty lucrative industry. There's good money to be made in it. And that's really kind of what kept me there. That's the most honest answer I can give you.
I like that. I think we can all agree that's a great motivator. Nothing can be said. Nothing can be said there.
When people ask me about, like, why do you do what you do? And I say, well, I do it for the money. And obviously I love what I do. I like what I do, but typically I find passion in other things that I do. I have fun over, in my free time when I'm not working. And when I work, I like what I do, but it kind of, the money is the motivation behind what I do.
So, I mean, how, when I went with the moving company, are you still doing the moving now, Nisrine, or when did you kind of hang that? Are you still doing it?
I haven't actually departed from that yet. So I still am involved in that. I'm a partner for the moving company. I don't 100% own the moving company, but with Movers Dispatch Board, I am the sole owner of that company.
Gotcha. All right. So, well, then let's take it that way. So, give us kind of what have you seen in your time in the moving industry, since you've got into it to now, that you kind of feel mirrors the traditional truck sector, which is a majority of the people that watch the show. If y'all kind of went along the same lines, doing the same things throughout that time, or if things been better for y'all than it has other ones, kind of give us some compare and contrast and some of the things you've dealt with over the past 2 decades.
I think the biggest thing for the household goods industry is that we're finally seeing technology kind of catch up to our industry. For the longest time, things were done manually. We didn't have paperwork that was digital. CRMs are constantly improving now. We've got a much better, there are so many different platforms that are out there now where, 20 years ago, I think there was just a couple of CRMs out there. I know when I first started, I was doing my estimates on an Excel sheet, and I would send my estimate to clients via an Excel sheet that I had kind of formatted to look like a professional estimate. And now that's not the way things are done. So technology, I think, is really kind of the biggest thing that I've seen really shift for household movers. But it's funny because every once in a while I'll still come across, movers that are still doing things paper-wise, on regular paper versus doing things through software. But that's really kind of been the biggest shift.
Gotcha. So, let's talk about the some of the differences in the things that you guys deal with. A majority of your industry is owner operator, isn't it? I mean, to my knowledge, there really aren't. Really any company, mega companies, movie companies that have drivers that work for them.
Well, it depends. It depends on the company, but the majority are like the average moving company they're typically smaller companies, 5 trucks, 10 trucks. There are some that are bigger. Obviously, they're not all built that way, but the majority of them are smaller.
All right. So how has that been with you guys in your industry as far as the availability of driver? You know, that's a huge thing with our industry right now, and it's supposedly been a huge thing before this, you know, the driver shortage. But you guys are really a niche sector, you know, and you would, you know, especially with it being an all owner operator, that's an extreme investment someone has to make, you know, and a very purposeful one to get into your industry. So, you know, if you, what's been the struggle like with y'all, you know, over the past few years in your industry dealing with drivers?
I think the biggest thing with drivers is that it's really hard to find a driver who is driving freight want to transition over to household goods, because with the freight, you know, it's no touch. You're docking, you're dropping, you're not having to go to a client's house, unload, put furniture back together, you know, take blankets off, or if it's vice versa, load up a shipment, be the foreman. It's more labor intensive. So the shift of typically freight drivers don't want to get into our industry because it is so labor intensive. But the funny thing is I think that more household goods drivers, when they're ready to not work as hard, they go over to the freight side. And not because it's not labor intensive, because obviously it is. And I'm not trying to say that, you know, the freight drivers don't work hard. You know, that's definitely not what I'm saying. But the labor part of it's taken out. So when they're not, you know, their back is shot and they can't load and unload furniture anymore or do that labor intensive part of it, that shifts over. So it's really actually really difficult to recruit guys who actually want to work in the moving industry, because you know, it's so labor intensive that you'll have guys that'll work for, you know, a year, couple of years, maybe sometimes when we recruit, and if someone's not from the moving industry, even if it's not a driver, if it's a mover or helper, they may not last the summer in Texas when it's, you know, 105 degrees and you're working a 10-hour day and it's 105 outside. So I say that the staffing for the household goods industry has always been difficult because it's very hard. It's hard work. So shout out to all the movers out there because they really do work hard.
Well, I'm keeping on that, you know, I mean, what are you kind of seeing? I mean, what are you seeing for the future of the household goods industry? You know, because on our side, they're trying to freaking automate and, you know, AI every damn thing and take the human out of every part of it. Obviously yours is very human intensive with the labor and stuff, but you know, they try to put it on our end as, oh, there's a labor shortage on the traditional truck side, which there really isn't. So, you know, I mean, what do you think the future looks for you guys? I mean, is the household goods industry staying strong? I mean, is it, you know, dying, or is it just seeing the normal ups and downs that you have seen over your time in it?
Yeah, I think like our biggest downs really kind of mirror the housing market. The housing market's really kind of what determines how we're doing, and obviously how hiring is, you know, what the unemployment rates are, and if companies are hiring and people are relocating for new jobs. So we really, and real estate's really kind of the direct mirror to what is happening in household goods. When real estate's really good and people, you know, are able to sell their homes and buy, you know, then our market's better. We're doing better in household goods. But when interest rates are really high and homes are sitting on the market and buying power is not so strong, then obviously our industry is kind of suffering because we don't have the movement. So I think that's like the biggest thing that really kind of affects our industry is just whatever's happening in real estate is what's happening with the house, whatever is happening with household goods. So, and obviously now with fuel prices, I heard y'all talking about fuel prices earlier. I'm like, wow, I'm not sure how that's gonna, you know, we're gonna have to, it's gonna cost people more money to move out, you know, out of state and relocate out of state with those kind of gas prices. So that's gonna take a really big hit on us. And hopefully these gas prices will kind of go down sooner than later, because that really will make an impact on how much we're able to charge for a move.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously affects freaking, I mean, the whole country. I mean, just period. I mean, fuel period goes up, you know what I mean? I mean, everyone has to drive to get to work. I mean, city buses need fuel. I mean, so it's absolutely ridiculous thing. And it sucks that, you know, I mean, that is the one critical thing for our industry that can just change things literally overnight. I mean, they could drop almost any regulation they freaking want to tomorrow morning. It'll take us weeks or months to catch up to dealing with that regulation. fuel goes up today, we all feel it tomorrow when we go to start booking freight. You know what I'm saying? So it's and then it even takes a while to take it back down, because it takes a while for the drivers, you know, the carriers, to pull back down. It's like, okay, is it safe? Is it safe for me to lower my rates back down? You know, is diesel going to stay down? So fuel is a crazy finicky thing in this industry. You know, which I think is kind of why a lot of shippers on our side have got away from the fuel surcharge, which, you know, I know you guys add that in as an itemized thing on yours. So a lot of the shippers over here, they've got away from it because, man, I mean, they could turn out good or they could turn out really, really bad for them, you know, depending on how high fuel goes. So, you know, it's pretty interesting. And, man, what the hell was my last follow-up question with the moving things? I want to get to the dispatch board.
And I didn't really even answer or address you with the AI. So with the AI, you know, unless we've got robots bringing people's furniture into their home to reassemble furniture, which I don't know when that will happen, if it's going to happen, who knows, right? But I feel like our industry is still kind of safe from that, as far as the coming into someone's home, you know, disassembling furniture, blanket wrapping furniture, like that part of it. I think it's a while. I think technology to catch up to that, and the labor aspect of it is, you know, we're a ways from that. I'm not sure when that will happen, or if it'll happen anytime soon or in our lifetime. As far as the AI and other parts of our industry, we're already starting to see it. We're starting to see it in areas that we actually really kind of needed it. There's a lot of platforms that are out there doing virtual surveys through AI, where someone can scan their home and then it'll estimate, you know, it'll take an inventory of all the furniture that's going, number of boxes, and then it makes it easier for the movers to estimate someone versus having to do the manual process of, you know, going in and doing that manually. So, and obviously with, you know, there's AI customer service, AI chat bots, and all of those extra little tools that just kind of make us more efficient on a day-to-day, which really kind of help any company across any industry. But as far as like direct impact, as far as replacing our labor force for physical labor, I think kind of we're away from that. We're not there yet.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You know, there's some places even on our side that's safe. You know, like I did food and grocery delivery for PFG and McLean. You know, yeah, the robot can drive the truck, but they're not going to get out of the truck, pull that damn ramp down, you know, unload all that stuff, you know, blah blah blah. So, and, you know, the big thing is, you know, everyone's just trying to use it to find a way to save the money. So, you know, you like it where it can be useful and it can give you more time. But, you know, it's in our opinion, and I say our because I think, I mean, Hunter and I are pretty much in agreement on this one, is, man, when it starts replacing people and taking away folks' jobs, just purely out of no reason other than you don't have to pay a salary, that's where, you know, and kills industries, i.e. what they're trying to, you know, do to our industry. You know, they're trying to kill the American truck driver with camera systems. Basically, that's what they're trying to do. You know, we're all gonna be subject to our 150 megapixel overlords.
It's happening in so many different industries. It's happening in technology where, you know, a lot of coders and developers are being replaced by AI because AI can do the job of someone who used to have to manually code something that might take, you know, a week, and you can literally code in 5 minutes, you know. But the thing about AI is, even with that, and even there's still some industries that it still kind of requires a human eye to overlook. You know, there's still some human aspect or human touch to it. But, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it is kind of a scary shift in replacing the labor force across so many different industries with AI. But it's definitely a great tool to have. But it's scary at the same time. Like what's going to happen 20 years down the road with AI? Where are we going to be? You know, so
back in the Stone Age, because I think we're going to get tired of it. We're just going to delete it all.
yeah.
Delete it. Reset. We're gonna get the little paper clip. You know, we're gonna get the paper clip and unfold it, and we're gonna go find that reset button and poke it.
Exactly.
All right, Nisrine. I forgot what the heck my last thing was, but I don't want to spend too much time on the household goods thing because that's really not why you're here. Just wanted to touch on a little bit, give the audience some substance for it. Let them know that you know what you're talking about, right? When we get on to this next thing here, okay? So movers dispatch board. How did that come about?
So it came about basically what would happen on a regular basis is we'd get stuck with shipments. You know, we would get stuck with loads that we'd pick up, and then we needed destination services, and we didn't have an agent or someone to haul for us. So that was something that would happen on a regular basis. Or around the COVID time when everyone was moving and economy was booming and everyone's relocating everywhere. We had a shortage of drivers, and we were always needing drivers to cover loads, and we weren't meeting delivery times. And it was all the process of finding a driver to interline or to haul for you was manual. There was no automation for that. And I kind of sat on the idea for a while. It would be really nice to have a way or a platform where you could actually go and interline these loads without having to do, you know, calling around, hey, what do you have? Or, hey, can you take this shipment? And so that's kind of how Movers Dispatch Board kind of began. It was just an idea of how can I make our business more efficient? And that is how the development and the idea of that kind of started.
All right, Nisrine. So how long did it take you from idea to, the kind of the physical thing in front of you? How hard of a process was that? Because I remember you telling us about this, right? You getting into the tech world and trying to figure this all out. So, how was that? What was it like being just, nose, feet on the ground person to getting yourself into building a freaking tech platform and now kind of being a techie yourself?
Yeah, exactly. It was really funny. So I'm a really creative person. So I like creating things. So, to tell you the truth, I started off on paper. Literally, I drew all these sketches and all these designers, and I kind of had an idea of what I wanted, but then I needed someone to help build it for me. So obviously I interviewed a bunch of developers and coders and all of this. And then eventually I built a team up and presented my paperwork and said, all right, here's what I want you to build. And I can code, I'm not a great coder, but I can code. I've built websites. I've coded them from scratch. And so kind of had an idea, but I knew it would take me 10x the time that it would just to hire someone. And I kind of wanted to diversify what I was doing. I'd been in the moving and storage industry for so long that I kind of wanted to get into something different. Thought, okay, you know what? Why don't I do this? And I knew it would be a really great tool for movers. And I just decided to kind of run with it. It was really difficult because I didn't really know initially what I was doing and how I was going to do it. I had a kind of an idea of what things would look like. And from where I was when I first started to where the platform's at today is just incredible. And sometimes I sit back and I look at it, not to sound full of myself, but I sit back and I look at it and I'm like, wow, this actually looks pretty good. Like, I can't believe I built this out myself or designed it myself. So it's there's so many different features now that we've added on that we didn't have. Like, one thing that I launched in July was a labor directory, and I love this part of it. So if a driver's going to another state and they need labor versus going to the Facebook groups to look for someone or try to call a bunch of moving companies to see if they have some extra guys that can help, basically you can get on the labor directory and look for laborers on the board. And so it's free to the movers and laborers who want to go online and create a profile, so they don't have to pay for anything. What they basically do is just go on there, sign up kind of like an Upwork or Fiverr. They make a profile, upload their picture, and then if they're wanting to do a background check, we partnered with Checker, and basically they can run a background check on themselves. It's $39 a year, and it just gives them a clear, felony or a national felony background, and then puts a little logo on their profile. And then if movers are looking, a driver is looking for help, whatever city he's at, he just looks for the help and then can request the help. And it's unlimited. So if you need 5 guys, 6 guys, if you need a guy every day, you can just get on there and find someone. And that's one that I really kind of like. That was kind of an add-on feature that we added on recently.
And so, what do you feel? what do you think has been the biggest change since you first built it to what you're at now over the course of these 3 years? Just the overall platform, or is there something specific you feel has just been the biggest, best thing that you've put on there?
The one that I really love is the labor directory. I personally love that feature because I know there have been days like we're locally with the moving company where someone called in sick and then you're short. You need someone to show up to work because you're supposed to have a 3-man crew on a job, but only 2 showed up. So you can actually get on there and try to find, labor in your city too. So it doesn't have to necessarily be if you're out of town. So you can look for movers who've been pre-vetted onto the platform. So I really, really like that feature. We did add on a truck board. The truck board's pretty cool too, because not only if you're looking for loads and you have loads to post yourself that you're trying to interline, you can post your truck on there too. I always encourage people to do that because if you don't have loads, I'm sure you have a truck. So post one or the other, because sometimes I find that dispatchers or most moving companies are, small business owners, they don't really have the time to take away and like, okay, now we got to post this load on here. But if you've got a truck and you're looking for cubic feet to haul, you just get on there and put your truck on there and someone will reach out to you saying, hey, we've got some loads you can haul. So I try to help. The nice thing too is that it's free for people to post loads and post the trucks. You can access the board for free as well. You only have to pay when you start requesting loads off the board, and it's month to month. There's no long-term commitment. You can always go back to free at any point. So if you don't see routes that you're hauling in or loads that you can haul, you can always go back to free. And I've made it really flexible because I think that's important on a load board. I don't like platforms that will tie you into a commitment. And I've done that also because I don't really control the loads. I don't really know, where the loads are coming from and to, because I'm not the one posting them. I don't own these loads. These are what our subscribers are putting on there. So it's hard for me to tell someone, yes, you always have loads out of North Carolina because, I don't own the loads. We just developed the platform for them.
Sorry, Nisrine. I'm sorry. I heard everything you said. Let me finish typing this message. I'm trying to cover this last load. Talking about load boards here. I'm trying to cover this last freaking load. Oh my God. Oh man. All right. So with the board, who can post on it? I mean, can I, as just a regular person, just come, set up an account and post something on it? Or do I have to be certified? I don't know what the term.
So we do have a tie-in with the FMCSA. So we're pulling direct APIs from FMCSA. To post loads, you have to be a moving company. So you have to be licensed. With our tie-in with the FMCSA, if you're showing up as inactive, you can sign up for the platform, but you won't be able to transact on the platform. So that you won't be able to do. And we have it directly tied into APIs. The API will actually block you, or not the API, but our programming on the back end will actually block you from transacting on the platform because I don't want unlicensed movers on the platform trying to exchange loads. We're trying, my big thing is like building a reputable platform that has licensed carriers on there, licensed moving companies, or licensed brokers that are licensed to do household goods. We have not incorporated freight into our board at all because there's a lot of freight out there already, freight boards out there. So we're not trying to compete in the freight market at all. So we've really kind of just stuck to household goods. We did release a beta test for automobiles and containers, like the pods or the SAMs type containers. Haven't really pushed on those very well, as our big focus has really honestly been just on the household goods. And tools for movers to use. Yeah.
So, I mean, what's the look for the expansion of that? And I'm not trying to compare you here, but I've known a couple of movers, and so I know another big thing is like the whole U-ship thing. Like a lot of folks do that, and I can't remember what the other ones are, but that thing's big because it allows just, folks like me, to go on there, post something on, man, I've got an apartment, I'm moving across the country, whatever. So what's the future looking like for that with the board?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are a few talks in the background of adding on a lead board for movers where movers can go on there and get leads for people who are relocating. They would be exclusive and semi-exclusive leads that they could purchase off our platform. That's still in the design phase. And then we also have a classified section that's in the design phase as well. That one will probably roll out sooner. But basically it'll allow movers who have, a tractor or trailer, because the trailers that are for the moving industry, the belly boxes are lower. They've got the side doors where they can load and unload from the sides, where they just, attach their ramps, forklifts for the warehouse and things like that, where they'll be able to post some of that stuff that they're wanting to sell. So I kind of want it to be a central marketplace for dispatchers in the moving industry where they can kind of come to us for a lot of different things. So those are kind of things that are up and coming that we really haven't even announced much about, but those are in the design phase right now.
Well, we look forward to hearing more about that because kind of seems to just be a good. I wouldn't. Speaking for me, seems like it'd be a good evolution, expand your customer base, and also expand that offering for, for the drivers on your platform and, be able to give yourself into something a little different and compete, get rid of them other guys, right? Nisrine, get rid of
I see too is that we know with the movers, providing them with good quality leads is really a big thing. So me coming from the moving industry, there's so many providers out there that are selling trash to the movers, and I really want to be able to provide something that's quality to the moving companies that are out there. The leads that we're getting are either oversold, unverified, and we don't need that. We need quality. We need movers to have quality to keep their trucks full. And so that was kind of the idea of introducing, let's maybe bring in some leads into the system so that way they can enter line loads, but also find loads through, booking and quoting.
I mean, on the platform, if I'm a driver on there, are you able to like bid the load with whoever's on there, or is it, whatever the price is, and are you able to like do that anonymously? Or does the, driver have to call and, give all this info and spend a lot of time on it or what?
Actually, the system is pretty automated right now. Currently, how we have it set up is whoever has posted the load, they determine what they're paying for someone to transport the load. So they put the dollar amount that they want on there. We don't take a commission. Movers Dispatch Door does not make a percentage on the transaction of the load. So whether you're getting paid, $200 or $5,000 or $10,000, we're not taking a cut of that. We make our money on our subscriptions. So based on whatever subscription you're on, you just pay for the subscription. You get a set number of loads per, level that you're on. But to answer your question on that, so how the process works is, let's say you post a load and I'm interested in it. I go on the platform, I request it from you. You view my request and the request comes to you via text message and email. Then you can decide. You can review my FMCSA score. We did an integration with a company called LoadGuard. They basically provide a little bit more detailed analytics on each carrier, so you can kind of see how they rank on their platform. Decide whether you want to work with them or not. We provide you literally on every carrier insurance information, owners' names, addresses, how big their fleet is, where their DOT inspections were at, VIN numbers to their vehicles. We provide you with a lot of information. And that's all built on platform, so you don't have to pay for a third-party subscription for that. And we did that to kind of secure each time that you want to enter on a load, you have the tools to make the right decision. Hey, I want to work with this person or I don't. If you decide that, yes, you want this person to haul that shipment, the negotiation of like actual payments between you two is all held between you guys. So y'all decide what amount with you want to negotiate. You can negotiate. When the driver shows up to actually haul the shipment and, take final cubes on the shipment, the payment can either be made on our platform or off platform. Currently, we've got escrow.com integrated into our platform but each user would have to have an account on escrow. Basically, if I owed you money or vice versa, you put the money in escrow. Once the shipment's been confirmed that has been delivered and documents have been uploaded, then you would release the payment through escrow.com and they would pay you. So that's the current setup. We're going to improve that flow. We're working on that currently, like right now. We're working on making that process a little bit easier to where we validate it versus having to have the escrow.com people validate. So it would be for a faster turnaround for payment.
That was going to be one of my questions was, how the payment thing, went down after you booked it. If it, just how that all exchanges hands, that's so.
It doesn't have to be done on our platform. We give people the option to use our platform for the payment, but if they want to go off platform, that's totally fine as well. We don't make people pay through our platform. And I kind of kept it open because sometimes people might want to Zelle, or they may be okay with a check, or they want cash. I don't know. We give them the tools, and then they have the option to use them or not. And as far as like load assignments and who you work with, that's completely up to the person who posts the load, who owns the load. We do not decide anything about who's going to be assigned the load. There's a lot of information when you create a load post that we keep private. For example, like names of the actual client who you're hauling for. So, if company A posted the load and company Z is going to transport the load, on our load board, the client's name, like Jane Doe, who's relocating, her name is nowhere public. No one knows who she is until the actual load's been assigned to that carrier. Then we release that information to the carrier, and then they have like copies of the bill of lading and inventories.
I think that's really great. Especially with the crazies we got out there today.
Yeah. The other thing too, that on our load board, you will not see if it's a COD. Well, most of these orders are COD. So in household goods, it's all like, that's the majority is someone's collecting on delivery, unless the origin agent's collected the full amount. We don't post balances on our board. So for example, if a shipment's paying $1,000 to haul, but it has a $5,000 collection on delivery, we don't make that public until the load's been assigned. So drivers can't intentionally look for loads that have high collection amounts. So that's not visible.
Gotcha. I mean, I'm smart. I get it. They could, use that.
Keep our users safe. Keep everyone on there. Some things, because it doesn't matter whether you're collecting $5,000 or $1,000. If you're delivering a load, what you're getting paid is what's most important to you. It's funny because we kind of have that same argument on our side as far as like the brokers. Carriers are like, oh man, like I only got paid $2,500 for the load, but the broker made $3,500. Okay, but did you get paid what you needed to do the work? Or did you get paid your rate that you wanted? So what does it matter what anyone else made in the thing? You know what I mean? So it's kind of the same argument. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of funny y'all have that same similar thing. We all have to eat at the end of the day. So I don't ever expect anyone to, no one's going to work for free. So that's
yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure y'all's reasoning is the same as ours. Like, I mean, well, at least for mine, like, it's not that I'm trying to take advantage of you. You know what I mean? It's just like I know the lane pays $2,500, but I also know if you know that I've got $3,500 in it, you're going to ask for $3,499. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I think that part of it's not important. I think that the carrier, whoever's going to haul, it doesn't matter what it was sold for because it's irrelevant.
Agreed. All right, so kind of want to like wrap things up with some little questions, diving in a little bit more of the board. On the carrier side, the name of the board is Movers Dispatch Board. So, I mean, what kind of features does this offer for, your carrier specifically? I guess, and same thing for the brokers on there. Do you have kind of like a dispatch system there, a place where it keeps track of all your loads? Maybe you could send information to your drivers or other users under your profile or whatnot?
Absolutely. So when a company signs up, whether they're like a carrier or whether they are a moving company, they pretty much have the same features and functions. We just kind of have them listed out separately, but they all have to be licensed through as a household goods. They're licensed through FMCSA to haul household goods. That's a big thing. Is our insurance is a little different, so that's a major criteria there. But once you've signed up as a main user, you can create sub-users for maybe just like accounting people to kind of oversee how things are going on the platform. They're not able to, well, there's 3 different user types. One would be like an accounting type person who's not able to request loads. They are able just to kind of see the activity but not request anything. Then you have a sub-user who actually can request loads and maybe like your dispatcher. And then you also have drivers. So in the event that you find a load, you've requested it and it's been accepted, you can actually assign the load to your driver who has a profile, and then the driver would have that one load that they can transport under like the Movers Dispatch Board platform to receive the paperwork, bill of lading, inventories, and then after delivery, upload bill of lading and inventory. And we're getting ready to, I won't name them yet because they're not physically on the platform yet, but we're working on getting them on right now. We're doing an integration with a company that they specialize in inventories for companies who are interlining loads. The cool thing I loved about them was that they're a perfect match for us, because what they do is if you're hauling household goods and you generate an inventory at a client's home, you can use their barcoding system, and then that barcoding and that link transfers to the new driver. So even though it's crossing companies, it's not the same company, but they share that barcode and they share that inventory process through a link, which is the perfect solution for really any mover. But that will be released pretty soon. So we'll make a public announcement once that's on our platform, but it's coming real quick.
That is pretty interesting right there. I have seen when I was in the Army, we had movers come to our house, so I have seen like the item inventory. And when like my guy, I don't know if they all do it, but when my movers dropped all my stuff off, he had me stand inside the front door, and as he brought everything in, he said he just named it off, this item, and I checked it off the list. He'd like, this item, checked it off the list, and at the end we went down everything to make sure all of it was there or whatever. So and it was a carbon copy piece of paper, all like handwritten, like half the shit you couldn't even, like, I was like, what is this? He's like, oh, that says bathroom, bro. That looks like it says bar room or something. What are you talking about? So.
That's funny. Yeah, well, this is pretty cool. This system I really, really liked, and it's really great for companies who are wanting to interline. If you know that you're going to interline a shipment, you create the barcode labels at origin, you stick them on there, and then when you interline the shipment, whoever you're interlining with will use a link. And they will use that link to scan the items at the client's house. So it bypasses that little piece of paper and everything is scanned in and out. I thought it's the perfect solution for interlining loads. And so we're going to integrate that into our platform to where people can pass that link on to for the inventories. I really like their product. It was a perfect match for us.
It is very very intuitive, Nisrine. Be a great thing, really will. Just added value on your platform and stuff, and I mean, for everybody, for the drivers, for the packers, for the customer having their stuff moved, for the actual broker themselves. And it's a great thing, so, I mean, nothing more precious than the things inside your home, right? No matter what others may think about it, man, that $5 little figurine I got from that flea market in Mexico means the world to me. Okay. Don't you break that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%.
What about, all right, claims? We'll end on this one. Claims process on the platform. Where are we at with that? Are you doing that? How deep are we going into this process? Are you trying to make it a full circle, end-to-end use type deal? Once the logo's on there, everything can be done through there. Claims filed, money exchange, blase.
Yeah. So as far as the inventory tags and the barcoding system will help with companies, getting that inventory for claims, but the actual claims process that the client, if they're filing a claim, that still has to go with the company who originated the bill of lading. So that still goes back to origin. So if that's the question you're asking me, if someone had something break.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking.
Yeah, it definitely does not kind of fall through us at all. It'll have to fall back to the origin carrier who generated the bill of lading. And so that client would have to file a claim with them, and then they'd subrogate back to whoever is hauling, whoever hauled the shipment, if it was damaged on delivery or if it was damaged on origin.
Typical load board answer. Just remove yourself from all liability.
Yes. Right.
Oh no, that's good stuff, Nisrine. It's great to see how far this thing's come. I think matter of fact, I still to this day remember my first conversation with you, and it was I was pumping gas at HEB, and oh man, I don't know. I think we were your first podcast, but I was the second person to reach. Okay, maybe you went on the other one first, but I know on the call you were like, man, you're the second person I've talked to today about wanting me to do a podcast. So, man, that's awesome to see how far this thing has come, Nisrine, and how far you've built it, just keeping on, and improving it, adding things and making it bigger and better.
It's a journey. So my biggest thing now is that I've got a couple of CRMs that I'm working with that are in the moving space. And the goal is to get them to push the loads directly from their platform onto ours. And so the advantage of that is it would help the dispatchers move shipments directly from their storage or their SIT in their software directly onto our board. So that way it takes that manual step out of having to go into Mover's dispatch board and then manually type up that load. It gives them access to the 900 carriers that were on our platform right now. So versus you doing the manual process to say, hey, how long would it take if you had to call 900 different companies? Well, with us, it's just posted on there. We have daily emails that go out. We have some amazing alert notifications that are set up on the platform, so you can kind of decide what you want. But it's really to kind of give a seamless flow of getting loads moved as quick as possible. So with qualified carriers.
I like it. I like it a lot, Nisrine. It's good stuff.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Really is. Can't wait to check back in with you. We'll have to check back in with you towards the end of the year. And, maybe by then you'll have all these integrations done, right? And you'll be able to name drop people and tell us how amazing you are. And you'll be able to invite Hunter and I to the Movers Dispatch Board annual gala in the Bahamas, so.
We'll make it to my beach house first. We'll start there.
Hey, well, I don't care as long as we're talking somewhere near water, okay? Hunter's got to do his fishing, all right?
Yeah, I want to be invited to the Christmas edition of the Logistics Lounge.
I think I sent you a link, but I think you were busy, Nisrine.
This year with everyone, that was an idea. I like that.
Yeah, we just do a bunch of crazy stuff. That's us. But we got to do. Man, we didn't do a women's thing this year, Hunter. Dang, I just thought about that. Holy shnikes, bro. We should have done that again. That was a good.
Last year, wasn't that last year you did that?
It was last year, yeah.
Okay, well then y'all are falling behind your game this year.
I know. It was fire, dude. That was a really good show, man. That was a really good show.
Yes.
Me and Hunter with 8 other women. And not like that, you know what I mean? We were so overridden. I think Hunter and I just sat down at the bottom of the screen the whole time. It was a good show. It was a good time, but we got to get, man.
I think at one point they said, "This ain't y'all show. Stop talking."
Yeah. I think you're right, bro. Oh yeah. Man.
Earlier talking too much.
We got to get you to come to a truck show, Nisrine, man. I know you're in the household goods industry and stuff, but still trucks are trucks, right? And you never know who you could connect with. And so
ATA has one, and they're in is it in Nashville? I think they're in Nashville, the ATA this weekend. And I wanted to try to make it to that, but I had some other engagements where I could. Are you going to that?
No.
Are you going to the ATA? Okay.
No.
So that's one that's coming up, but I do need to make some truck shows. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's plenty of them.
I kind of feel like now I'm at a place where I can go to trade shows, and I have 3 years ago, I launched a product that was still really kind of small and still kind of testing it. And I was still kind of new to the technology in that industry. And now, 3 years later, I'm confident enough to have a booth and to say, okay, here's my product. And I know we've walked out a lot of bugs. There's a lot of improvements. I release new improvements every month. It improves every single month. It just gets better, bigger and better. So,
well, kudos to you on that, because a lot of folks, they just put it up there and just let it go. And you're lucky if you get something updated that you actually want.
Yeah, you can't really do that with technology though. The minute you do that, you fall behind.
I mean, that's true. And I mean, until you have a large enough chunk of the market, then you just do whatever the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you'll be like that. We're talking about some other load boards, but All right.
You're talking about.
Yeah. Nisrine, before we wind down, Hunter's been over there working away, and he hadn't had a chance to say a damn thing. So I'm gonna see what he's got to say.
Are we ending the show? Yeah, I'm sorry, Nisrine. I've been getting slammed over here. That's what you get for working for a West Coast company, though. But I guess just kind of going off what Pedro said. It is cool to see where the product started, or at least when we met you to where it is now. It's not an easy thing to do, especially in these markets. Very, very cool stuff, and interested to see where it goes. I mean, you're in year 3 now?
3, yeah. A good friend of mine has a CRM platform, and he told me, he said, when I got into this and I kind of talked to him, he said, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. He said, be ready for that. And I said, yeah, sure. And every time I'm a little discouraged about whatever, because we all have our little, you second guess yourself sometimes, what am I doing, And then I just think about him in the back of my head when he says, it's a marathon. He's like, it's not a sprint. It's not an overnight. So I think about that all the day. And it is, because with developers and getting things I have ideas like this all the time, but getting them built out and tested and make sure they work, that takes time. So
we understand that more than you know. I mean, we're year 3 too, and so you're in year 3 as well. Let me say that. So, and learning the same thing. It is it's a marathon, not a sprint. You try to run for the finish line, and then as soon as you think you're there, the finish line gets moved. It gets moved. And you're just like, shit, I need a water station.
Instead of a water, it's cash.
Yeah. I need a gas station. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, Nisrine, I mean, you've kind of hinted at what's next, what's coming and everything. So, I won't ask you that question, but what else do you have for us with Movers Dispatch Board? Is there anything you feel that we left out, anything that you wanted to touch on that we didn't get to touch on?
I don't have anything to bring up about Movers Dispatch Board besides, if you are a user of the platform and you are on Movers Dispatch Board, and I'm obviously going to share this on my social media as well and push, please reach out and let me know what you like and what you do not like. Because that's the biggest thing, knowing what people don't like and why users come on and off, that's how I make the platform better. And I reach out to all of the subscribers. I personally will call everybody and just say, hey, I saw that you signed up. Take a look. Do you need help? What is it that you like? What is it that you don't like? Because their feedback's really important. That's what kind of has built my platform, is just getting feedback of what people like and what people don't like. And so if you are a listener and you're on the platform, feel free to tell me what you hate, because that's how I'll get better. So
that's what's up. Well, with that said, then, Nisrine, what about some plugs for yourself, right? Where can everyone find you and bother you if they want to tell you the things that they don't like, or if they want to do business with you, they want to give you business and tell you all the things that they do like about the board.
Yes, absolutely. I am on LinkedIn. Send me a DM on LinkedIn. I respond to all of those myself. Do not DM me on Instagram or Facebook, because I don't respond to those. I have someone that does all that for me. But on the LinkedIn profile, I do respond to all my messages there. So if you're trying to reach out to me directly versus putting my email out there and getting 5 million emails, send me a message on LinkedIn. So Nisrine Masri. So
Boom, boom.
Sorry, bro. My customer. Oh, my customer. Sorry, Nisrine.
oh, you're good.
I mean, you get it. I mean, business
Yep.
never stops. Never stops.
Having fun.
I'm trying to get this load of trees picked up for this customer, man. I've had 2 carriers on it today, and both of them fell off. One of them just like, I thought they ghosted me. I'm like, dude, what the hell happened? You were literally 15 miles away, and then you shut off tracking, and you and your dispatcher stopped answering. And come to find out, it's because they didn't get set up right. Like their insurance ended up getting kicked back, and so we weren't ever able to send him a rate con. He just sent his driver over to the area, and he accepted tracking. So anyway, it was this whole thing, and then we got it figured out. And now the driver's like, oh no, I have prior commitments. I can't do it. What the hell changed in the last 3 hours, bro? I mean, maybe something did, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. So, flatbread freight right now is.
It sounds as flaky as the auto transporters. I didn't say that.
Well, I mean, they're. I mean, I get it. I understand. Like, I understand the situation. I'm not mad at them for that, but for leaving. But it's like, yeah, what a crock, dude. Just tell me, I'm going to do a load or something anymore. I'm fine with that. Like I get more aggravated that you tell me a fib. But in the same token, man, they're on a step deck, and right now, like that is the equipment to have in America is an open deck trailer. I mean, I could bet you I could pull up the map right now, the capacity for flatbed and across America, and I bet you the whole damn country is red, like it has been for the past however long. So yeah, yeah,
Buy one right now.
it's something else, man. It's something. I don't know what happened to it. I'm not a big open deck guy. I do a little bit of it. I mean, I know about it, but I just don't have a lot of customers with it. So I don't know where the shift happened, but or what happened, but it is absolutely nuts on the flatbed side right now. So
Wow, oh, that's interesting.
yeah, fun. Not so fun times, I should say. Not so fun times.
Use those for goods.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's trees, which is, I mean, it's not everybody wants to deal with trees. It's easy freight. People just they're intimidated by it for some reason. I don't know why. Like I don't know. I guess I could see why, but whatever. It is what it is.
You can't drive so fast, the branches will break.
Yeah, no, I mean, you just have to have they just tip, you just tilt them, and then you just strap the balm of them, you know what I mean, the root ball, whatever, and you throw a nursery tarp over it, which is just like a mesh tarp, and it's not to keep them from getting not wet or anything, because they're mesh, so the air flows through it. It's just like what you says, it helps keep them down and keep the branches from flapping them, which most of the trees are wrapped up tight a little bit anyway, but it's usually just twine and they come undone. So, and it's a pain, them nursery tarps are like, they're just one big tarp. It's not like the small ones where, they're 10, 12 feet long. This thing is like 53 damn feet long. So that's a lot to deal with. So I get it, whatever. But
Hard. 53. It's not even like cut in half.
no, it is one total. I mean, they make them shorter. They make them, I believe, in like 26 foot. But most people just do the one continuous length one because it just makes the most sense, and you don't have any breaks in the tarp, so you don't have to worry about wind getting in between, two. It's whatever. It's like a whole. Funny enough, there's a little science behind it. You wouldn't think there would be thought going into tarping down trees, but there's quite a bit of it that goes into it. So, yeah. Enough about me, Nisrine. We appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us again. It was
Thank you for having me on again.
yeah, it's good to see you. It's good to talk to you, and I mean, we talking stuff online and everything, but this is as close as you can get to kind of being in person with what we all do and being spread out throughout the globe the way we are.
Yes, absolutely.
So we're gonna do some final sponsor breaks. You can stick with us. We'll do some final sponsor breaks. Talk about what we got coming up the rest of the week, and then we will be out of here, everyone. So, another big issue, we talked about driver stuff today on the show with Nisrine. Another huge issue is truck parking, but fortunately, we got some homies that they can help y'all out with that.
Freight Ninja sites aren't just to park one truck and trailer. They can be the main base to park your fleet, a drop yard near one of your shippers or receivers, and a whole host of other things. Find out more of what they offer and how Freight Ninja can help you by visiting freightninja.com or give them a ring at 844-303-1505. Make sure you use code Lounge Ninja to get special pricing.
Dude, is it just me or does that voice sound like that guy on late night TV trying to sell you shit? Would you like the 50 number one love songs of 1983? Then
Yes.
oh my God, it's what I think about every time I hear that voice, dude. All right, where are we at? Our good friends over at Sureline Capital for all your factoring and funding needs.
Life isn't always full of sure things, but at Sureline Capital, you can be sure of a lot, like introductory rates starting at 2.5%, funding in 24 hours or less, access to your account day or night with our mobile app, and literal 5-star service. See all our services and why it's always a sure thing with Sureline at SurelineCapital.com or reach us by phone at 801-605-8822.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Tomorrow morning, ladies and germs, the Road Dog Coffee Podcast coming to you live with a bunch of logistics degenerates tomorrow at 8 Central, 9 Eastern. Y'all have all seen the show. You know what we're going to do. We're just going to sit around and talk about God knows what. So tune in for the insanity tomorrow morning. And then Friday, this month, it is a lucky month for you guys. I don't care what they say. Number 13, it's a lucky number because last Friday the 13th, we had a freestyle. That was last month. This Friday the 13th, we're having a freestyle, but it gets even better. We're going to have another freestyle next Friday. So, boom, man. It's going to be a hell of a rest of a month here in the Logistics Lounge. Hope to catch everybody. Thank you for watching. Appreciate y'all. Oh, actually, what the hell am I talking about, man? Hunter, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. Mr. Hound, what have you got for us? I'm just trying to cut you out of your show, Dave. Like, I don't even know why you're on screen anymore.
Yeah, doubling down on what you said, Nisrine, it's always a pleasure. Hopefully one of these days you will get to a truck show. You need to check out the Texas truck show, actually. That might be a good one for you. You never know.
Meet y'all.
It's inside, so you don't have to deal with that 110-degree Texas heat they all love so much. That just sounds wonderful, but yeah, it might be a good time.
Yeah, I'll send you the details of it, Nisrine. It's at the end of July, so it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's all indoors and everything. It's Saturday and Sunday, cool stuff. We have a really good after party with the Trucking Association down there on Saturday night. Yeah, good time. I'll send it to you. It's in Houston, so it's like 3.5 hour drive or so for you. It's not too bad. 4 hour drive. It's not too bad. Yeah. All right, everyone. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, and we'll catch y'all all on the flip side. As I always say, chunk the deuces, baby. Mr. Hound, roll that beautiful bean footage.
The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.